Paul Marshall, and his blog post is about political theology and church restrictions.
Yep. I should mention at the outset that I'm not a lawyer, but I'm involved with the Religious Freedom Institute's project on institutional religious freedom, and that has drawn me into this subject. So I hope you will forgive me. Several churches are resisting government restrictions on in-person worship and offering theological grounds. Notably, John MacArthur, an influential conservative pastor, has argued that no biblical text grants civil rulers jurisdiction over the church, or again, that God has not granted civic rulers authority over the doctrine, practice, or polity of the church. These are two arguments. One argument frames the issue in jurisdictional terms. The other is a separationist argument. Similar things are being offered by many churches. What is striking here that conservative churches, which have usually been very strongly
Paul needs to unmute.
Paul, you seem to have muted yourself.
Sorry, I'm not sure what I missed, so I'll just carry on. Gelasius argues in his famous letter to Anastasius, if the ministers of religion obey your supremacy in matters affecting the public order, with what readiness should you not yield to them in the sacred mysteries of religion? Gelasius argues that church and state interact according to their own specific mission and jurisdiction. Hence, these are not his arguments, churches obey zoning regulations and fire regulations. A minister could even be arrested for a sermon if the sermon was treasonous or incited a riot. In turn, churches impose authority over politicians. They may deny them communion if they believe they're in violation of church teachings. These are two authorities over each other. This is typical of most of our relations in society. So, for example, a professor has authority to grade a student. If that student happens to be a policeman, that policeman has the authority to give the professor a speeding ticket. Each has a specific authority over the other. They must submit to each other in particular ways and exert authority over others in particular ways. I think a misunderstanding of these issues have led some churches, and indeed some states, to miscast the theological background involved. Thank you.